welcome back to Stephanie Sulis. We are continuing our conversation. I think from the last time we talked, I was so inspired with you as a leader, as a business owner, as a contributor truly to our community and to society and helping us think about the Earth's sustainability and us as humans, as leaders, as people in the community. So I wanted to continue that conversation. But before I start, so give us an update on where have you been in the past little while since our last episode? What's new? What's exciting?
Yeah, so the last couple months has been very busy for me. My uh I love to keep doors open, and when things fall on my lap, I pick them up and I turn them into something better, bigger and better. So
Seriously.
um a company that had been running in town for about 35 years, ABC Party Time Rentals, shut its doors at basically like beginning of May. Um, and so I jumped on that and bought up most of their inventory and have decided that I now have another company. So as of today, we are open to the public. It's called And Don't Forget Rentals, adfrentals.com. We wanted to stick with the three letters that start with A, but we're a very different company though than ABC. And there was also an ABC. There's also an ABC Rentals in Cambridge, which is a little. It's always been a little confusing for people of which ABC they're ordering from. So we are ADF. Um, and our yeah,
And don't
I got
forget
to
rentals. Amen to
and
that,
don't forget
sister.
rentals. Yeah. So we have an adorable elephant as our mascot because elephants don't
They
forget. And I'm
don't. That's
also
right.
headed on safari this week, so it was just all fitting in my life. Um, and
Congratulations, a
yeah,
true businesswoman looking for opportunities and taking advantage of, hey, you know what? It's an extension of the
it's a
little
vertical
little mushroom.
integration, they call it, right?
Oh,
It's
it's a
synergy.
vertical. Okay, okay.
Yes, yeah. Because it's something that little mushroom had been spending a lot of money on over the years, the last,
Rentals.
almost 16 years now of little mushroom. We were spending anywhere between like 80 and $200,000 a year on rentals.
Right.
So now I have a rental company that we can help to
Leverage.
basically fund,
Yes.
but also be able to rent to the public, and to be able to rent to other caterers. I have a ton of connections within the hospitality sector, so
Yes.
hotels and restaurants who are doing catering that don't normally do catering don't know where to get the stuff from. So I have lots of those connections to lean on to get this thing
What,
going.
Stephanie, what a great title. Like I think about, yes, because we have catered. And so yeah, you think about catering and then oops, I forgot about, yeah, that's right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Oh
need
shoot, I need more
plates.
chairs.
I'm gonna
Or
need,
yeah.
that's right, more chairs.
Yeah.
And
I don't have enough matching wine glasses.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. You think about the catering, and so all the food is coming, and then you look around. I have 12 plates.
Yeah. I have 12 plates and I have 30 people coming. What am I going to
Yes,
do? Exactly.
yes. And don't forget rentals. Well played. Oh, congrats. And how's
Thank
your
you.
team feeling about it?
It's been a bit of a journey the last 2 months, because it was a very quick decision to start this.
Yes.
And basically, inventory came first. So the last couple months, we've been sharing space with Little Mushroom, and also my house.
Wow, sharing
Um,
space. She's still positive about it.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah, sharing
Sharing
space. So
space.
my team is very excited at Little Mushroom now because they have their space back. So as of July 1st, we have been in our new building. Um, yeah, and it's all beautiful and
Keep
clean,
going, keep
and I
going.
got to let my
Okay, good.
OCD self. Oh, and now the power just went back on. Okay, so this is summertime in Canada, where everyone has their ACs jacked, and so I lost power in my house, which means that the internet went down, and like even though my laptop is juiced up, everything else decided to die. So we're
You're so good.
back. I'm
You're
back on
so
my
good.
phone now
You're
instead.
so good. And you were
My
saying
printer.
you were saying, so you organize your team is happy because you were saying you had, it sounds like you had organized everything, so they have their space.
Yeah, so now we have a completely separate space for ADF. And yeah, we've got our soft opening today, our soft launch. So all of my team from Little Mushroom is coming to see the space at And Don't Forget. And I've got a fantastic team already built at And Don't Forget Rentals as well. And I've used that same model. We have our staff is already very diverse.
Yes.
And so the staff at ADF, I only have 4 employees there.
Yeah.
One is non-binary, has special needs, one is like a summer student. We've got like a little bit of everybody in just the 5 of us. So using that same people, planet, profit model, and trying to offer affordable rentals that also encourage people to not be buying more single-use plastics. So again, that people, planet, profit thing is paving
Front
the way
and
for this
center.
business as
It
well.
is your North Star, Stephanie. Like this is the inspiring thing about having you on the podcast. As I work with leaders, I would say the leaders are goal setters and goal getters. So they've got to achieve their goals and they've got to interact with clients and make sales and invoice sales and pay for all the things. And they want to be successful in business. And I think what I bring to the leadership is the people lens. And so helping them think about, yes, we have to achieve all the things and we need to engage the team in the vision, um, in all the goals for sure. Everybody contributes to their goals. But I love that your values or your value system, and I think you've created a value system within the business that is
Mhm,
your guide for business decisions, which I think is, just a unique and I would say a little different than
mhm,
what I would see traditionally or, on average. And so somehow you have a guiding value system that helps you determine how you lead the team. And it sounds like how you even make a business decision in terms of should I be buying this,
should I start a new one?
starting a
Yeah,
new business?
yeah. A little story about my team and those values too. I was having a meeting yesterday with my purchasing manager and a vendor. Who's he's a vendor for a rebate program, right? We're always looking for ways to save money, be more efficient, et cetera. That whole profit piece has to drive the business. But hearing my purchasing manager, who has been with me a long time, she's been with me for 12 years, um, say some of the things in that meeting was just
Wow.
really, really great, right? Like she was the one who was leading the conversation and saying, well, we don't use that product because we're only able to get that in small packaging. There's too much waste. You know,
Wow.
that's why we choose to use this product instead.
They
So
get
we're
it
not
and
going to
they
get, and they live it too. And it's really beautiful.
That is amazing. That's the thing about creating values for the company is that at the beginning, it may feel like these are my personal values, but if we create them for the business, now the team is walking, talking, like they're engaged with. And so it's not you leading the way, they're sharing the vision, the values. That's amazing. How
Yeah.
fast So you said
Okay.
she's worked with you for a long time. How fast do you think you can help your team engage with the values? I know that there's obviously depth over years, but how
Yeah.
fast from like hiring them or getting to know them or starting the business, starting a new team member, how fast are they engaged with the
I would
values?
So we have over 40 employees, and of those, about 12 of them are casual seasonal employees.
Okay.
So bartenders, servers, they work basically every weekend at weddings and things like that. Usually by the third wedding they've worked with us, they know it's like, oh right, you guys have a compost bin, or oh right, this is what I do with this piece of equipment or whatever to make sure that it lasts longer and it's whatever. Oh, right, this is how we set this up to be more efficient. So all of those things are kind of like they're our trainers are training them
The
along the way
process. Yes.
with all of the SOPs that we use have that built in. So why do we do this? We do this because it saves us money. Why do we do this? We do this because it's going to make it easier and we're setting other employees up for success. If we rinse our dishes on site, then we're not leaving gross dishes for our dishwasher to do the next day, right? So stuff like that. Or we're composting, or we're splitting up our recyclables, right? So that we can take back our empties.
Mhm.
Because our empty alcohol empties, the money from that every month goes to a charity.
Oh, wow.
So if we do that, then, if we're separating our empties, then we've got our recyclables, but then we also have something to give back to the community.
I love that. There was something on Instagram that I saw the other day, and it was I felt like sending it to the to my teenagers, and it was what's the difference in, sort of leaving something and taking a minute to like put it away or organize it, like leave the mess, or and so she was demonstrating it took 6 seconds. Like I could have just walked away, or I could have, and so I love that in 6 seconds or 10 seconds. What's the difference between putting it all in one recycling bin or sorting it? Like
Yeah.
really, it's
And you
probably
can,
only a couple seconds.
yeah.
And
And you
yet,
can make, it's a split second decision, right? It's like, do I put it in the blue bin or do I put it in the blue bag?
I
Right.
love
And
that.
it's, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of seconds. I love to So thank you for saying it. It's possibly the third interaction. So it's their third shift and they're engaged with the values. And so we put some structure around it, like here is our process. So we have a compost bin, or so you have some sort of structure or process that helps them. But on day three, they're engaged. And probably that's part of why you hired them. Like probably
Mhm.
there was some sort of conversation in the interview process that they understood what your value
There
system was.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not complicated. On the third shift, they're engaged in the values. Part of it is the system, and part of it is, as you were explaining, the why. This is why we do
Mhm.
it, because we're going to donate. It just feels like sometimes leaders are thinking, yeah, it's just another layer. What is the return on investment when I bring up, okay, well, we want to have company values and live by these values and put them on the wall and, lean on them when something difficult performance or a difficult conversation comes up. It feels like a big deal
Mhm.
to them. And so interesting that, speaking to another leader, you're like, yeah, on the third day, it actually wasn't a big deal. Didn't take very
Yeah.
much.
Not,
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's part of the training. It's part of the package deal.
Right. How
And
would
it
you
is definitely
go ahead?
something that we talk about in interviews as well.
Mhm.
Just I think one of our, so I don't do the interviews anymore. I have a fantastic director of people and culture who does that. But one of her interview questions is, how would you make a decision about this if this is where these were the parameters? And it's because we want to know, like, what's their thought? Is it I'm lazy and what's the easiest thing for me to do? Or is it how can I set my team up for success? Or is it, what's kind of that guiding principle behind how they would make those decisions so that we can see if we're aligned?
For sure. For sure. And I think that's the key about company values. This is why I loved having you. The thing about company values is I think we all have our own value system, and I want to respect and honor our own value system. But then as a company, as a workforce, as a representation of a logo, doing the work that we're doing, it is that we are ultimately aligned with the company's philosophy. And so that's okay if someone has a different set of values, there'll be another company that maybe have those values. And these are
Yeah.
our
Very
company
good.
values. And so yeah, interviewing, I think that's totally fair. Interviewing and explaining these are our values. Is that something that you are naturally inclined? Because teaching someone a whole set of values, we really want it to be that they're naturally leaning towards. And so that's how it shows up over here in our company.
Mhm.
It's very cool.
I I think I was mentioning on the last time we chatted too about the SDG goals. So the UN put out the Sustainable Development Goals. And so we even have those listed on our website under our, why work with us page. And
Yes.
so why work with us doesn't just mean clients, it means do you really want to come and be an employee with us? If
Yes.
if you if these make sense to you, then you're probably a good fit.
I mean, so cool. So cool. So, okay, so I started creating these rapid fire questions. Are you ready for
Mm,
this?
okay,
For a little bit fun?
sure.
What's one word that describes your leadership style?
Mm, autonomy. So I
I
because
totally
I
thought it would
like,
be sustainability.
oh, yeah,
Autonomy. No,
no.
go. Explain. Well done.
So
Well,
my leadership style is I want to give the tools, I want to give the why, but then I also want to give the trust to my employees to be autonomous.
I mean, oh, I love it. I love it. I love engaging with you. I love it. I'm totally with you. We all have a job to do. I w- bit of a conversation the other day, and I was saying to someone, I believe between the leader and the team member, they're both 100% responsible. So instead of like 50-50, like, oh, I was 50%, you were, or 60-40, or we're negotiating.
Mhm.
No, I would say we're 100% responsible. And so I love the autonomous. So you're autonomous. And as a leader, you can say you're autonomous, and these are the things that you have authority over. Like, no, you can't, make $1 million decision, but these are the things that you are empowered. And if they're
Yeah,
aligned
empowerment's
with
a
our
huge,
vision,
huge
yeah,
thing. And if they don't feel comfortable making a decision, then I haven't given them the right tools. So so it is my responsibility to make sure that they have the training, that they have the physical tools, that they have the technology tools, so that they can make those decisions wisely.
yes. And if they're aligned with our values, then they would, like, let's say there, I don't know much about catering, but as you said about the compost bin, if there wasn't a compost bin and we hadn't described there needs to be a compost bin, they would naturally be inclined to say, well, actually, if I'm doing this, then I'm going to need a compost. Like they would
Mhm.
do it without even it being on the protocols or the process, the
Yep.
SOP. What's one company value you could never compromise on?
Only one?
I love it. I love you. I
Sustainability.
love you. What was that?
Sustainability. That's where
Yeah.
I'll use
Yeah.
because it encompasses
It's
the
so
planet and
juicy.
the people. Yeah. Yeah. It's full of stuff. So yeah. But
Hmm.
that's who we are. That's how
Yeah.
how we built what we built.
Thank you. I agree. Do you have a personal value that guides you on making a business decision?
I think family, like just I make decisions so that I can, I'll maybe work extra hard, extra long on one week, but then the next week if I have my kids and there's things to go to, then I'll choose to work less that week. And I would do the same with my employees where if they have a family issue come up, family comes first. And part of the reason why I built a catering company was for families to celebrate together.
Wow.
Um, and even part of the reason why we bought the house that we live in is so that we can host family.
Wow.
Um, that's yeah. So I'd say probably yeah, the family piece is really important.
That's beautiful. Rapid fire. Coffee, tea, mushroom
Tea.
latte.
Never mushrooms. Mushrooms are good. Tea, Earl Grey with a little hint, little dab of maple syrup
Oh,
every
maple
day.
syrup.
Yeah, Earl Grey with a little bit of because it's a natural sugar, it's better for you. So yeah, Earl Grey with maple syrup, and then every evening I have a peppermint tea. So I'm definitely a tea girl, but also red wine.
And I'm going to add in red wine. Well played. Well played. What's one small act that you think creates a big ripple in the communities?
Um, speaking like amplifying others' voices. So, or speaking about people positively when they're not in the room.
Good.
So, as a natural connector, I like to, oh, I think you should talk to this person or whatever. But also, like anywhere I am, I'm talking about my friends' businesses. I'm talking about, how awesome they are and what they're doing. And I think it's really important that
Small thing,
when
big
people aren't
impact.
in front of you, that you're still being their champion.
Mhm. Yeah, and for anyone listening, like I've just gotten to know you, like that is so true about you. Like those aren't just words. That is who you are, like in my interaction with you. So yeah, that warms my heart. Thank you.
I'll,
What
I'll
about
probably
what?
be sending you other people for your podcast too. So watch out.
Yeah, send them, send them, send them. What's one, in terms of sustainability that we talk about, what's one sustainability habit that you think everyone could start doing today?
Really simple. Okay, so very simply, I'm about to go on a trip,
Yes.
and very excited about that. With that, we do buy carbon offsets for our air travel. That's not my tip though. My tip is around water. I know that Chair Redmond
Water.
has just done, yeah, so Waterloo region has a water crisis that they're trying to fix right now. But water bottles I see so many times, especially at conferences and things like that, instead of putting out a pitcher of water with glassware, they'll put out water bottles.
And bottles.
Yeah.
Yes.
if if you need to have water bottles, if you are going camping or there's a reason why you have to have water bottles, then at the very least buy ice river water bottles, because the bottles themselves are made with 100% recycled plastic and can also be recycled again.
Right.
So um but in the ideal is to not be buying or using plastic water bottles at all. It's so simple to, everybody has their Yetis, everybody has their whatever. You've got
It,
your,
it's true.
right?
It's true.
And
The
we're blessed like, especially in Kitchener where I live, our tap water tastes fine.
yes.
Or get a reverse osmosis thing or whatever on your taps. But like
Yes.
water bottles are, when I travel the world, when I was in Morocco last year,
Yes.
um, there was garbage everywhere in the cities. Like it was really disturbing. Like I'm not used to that. Unless you're in Rabat, which is their capital city, which is very, very clean. Every other city, there were plastic water bottles all over the ground, everywhere you went.
Wow.
It's very hot there. The
I'm
water is not
sure.
necessarily safe. So, but like individual plastic water bottles everywhere you went
There's got to be
on
a
the ground.
better way. There's got to be a
Yeah.
better way, honestly. Yes, and thank you. So here in Canada, yeah, that we could just fill up our water vessel. Like the kids are taking water containers to school. Like
Yeah.
our kids are in baseball, so they're filling up jugs of water.
Yeah.
It's true. Why are we spending money on these plastic water bottles when we could turn on the tap, fill our vessel, and like we've got a whole drawer full of different water bottle,
Yeah.
whatever shapes
We've
and
got a whole
sizes.
cupboard full.
So simple. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like often we forget to take our reusable grocery bags to the store, right? Well,
Yes.
often we forget to take our water vessels, but
Yes.
there's probably something around that you could use. And then if you do need an alternative, use Ice River,
Ice River.
because
Okay.
they're Ice River. Yeah.
I love it. Something so simple. Water.
Water.
I love it.
And don't let the tap run when you're brushing your teeth, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Keep your hair short, that your showers are quick.
Be
That's
respectful.
just me.
Yes. What are you most proud of your team?
Mm, so many things.
Yes.
It's been really lovely for me the last probably year and a half. When COVID happened, I had to kind of jump right back into the thick of things. My team has been working really hard to make it so that I don't have to be there.
So good.
And that's not me saying, guys, like I don't want to be here anymore. It's them saying, we've got this, we've got you. We don't we don't need you in the mix. And I know a lot of family businesses, which we consider ourselves a family business. My sister
Yes.
works with me, and my niece has worked for me for many, many years. Um, and my son, both of my sons actually work for me. Um, but as a family business, a lot of first generation owners won't get out of their own way. I'm trying to be mindful of that too and work with my team when they say, no, we don't actually need you at that wedding. I'm like, cool. Do you want me to stop by and take some pictures? No, we've got that covered too. Okay, awesome. I'm here if you need me. So that's been I'm really proud of that because I also that means I have more time for my family.
Yeah.
Um, or to start another business, or to sit on another board, which is also
To
something
have a
since our last,
voice for
yeah,
others. I mean,
since
that
our last podcast chat too. I've also joined another board of directors. So I'm now on the Tourism Industry Association of Ontario board of directors. So hoping to, they already have a fantastic hold on sustainability. They know what they're doing there, and they're trying to help that trickle down through destination marketing organizations and then down to the tour operators themselves.
yes.
I'm excited to be a part of that team and to help that movement forward as well.
So good. And such a good reminder if you are a business owner or, like you said, a family owner, sometimes getting out of your own way. Whew. So it sounds, yeah, such a statement, big impact, like really a challenge out there. Like, yeah, are you holding on for so much that you're not empowering people to be autonomous, to have the authority? Well done.
And
Yeah.
and my staff know me well enough to know that like what fills me up um is being involved in the community and spreading the news of what we do. And like so they're trying to help fill my cup by giving me time to do that
To do
as
that.
well.
Yeah. Yeah. So well done. So well done. Is there any two last questions. One was, is there any leadership lesson that maybe you learned along the way and maybe you learned it the hard way?
Mm. I one thing that I've always looked for, and actually when I speak in schools I talk about this a lot too. When you're looking at hiring, hire someone who's complementary to you. Hire for the things that you aren't good at. So we wouldn't have been able to grow the way that we have recently, like in the last 4 years, if I wouldn't have brought on my director of people and culture. Having that support system so that she really focuses on the people side of things so that
Can
I
make
can focus
business
more on the planning.
decisions
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yes, brilliant.
And so I'll have these ideas, right? A lot of us as business owners and leaders, we get ideas, we get big ideas, and she'll get it done.
Yes.
So it's so important to have that person and to have that support. And so many, especially women, are solopreneurs who, they're doing their own thing. But you can also hire support without hiring an employee,
Mhm.
right? That's when you bring in an accountant, or that's when you bring in a social media manager, or whatever it might be, or
Yes.
that's when you bring in an HR professional.
Yes.
If there's things that you need help with, that's when you hire experts to help you, and you surround yourself with people who are smarter than you.
Mhm.
It's so
Mhm.
important.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. 100%. As I'm working with leaders, the inclination is to hire someone who is like me, and
Mhm.
there exactly is the challenge, or you're welcome to learn it the hard way. We need others around you who have, yes, complementary or, and I'm going to say values aligned. But if
Mhm.
they are an activator or they get stuff done, or sometimes you need another person to brainstorm ideas, but you need someone to be the analytical and someone to be, and so I wholeheartedly agree with you. You need other strengths around you. Or you can learn it the hard way that you're all the same thing and you're not getting, or you're not making good decisions, or you're,
Yeah, and you don't move forward that way.
that's right. That's right. Thank you for that. How would you finish this sentence? Overflow means,
Uh, abundance,
oh,
abundance of time, abundance of energy, abundance of passion, right? It's that overflow that then that abundance helps to inspire other people.
so well done.
Thank
You're
you.
inspiring. You are inspiring so many people. You're certainly inspiring me. And well said, abundance. That's right. It's not just the money, it's abundance of time, it's the abundance of memories, it's the abundance of trips or adventures, whatever it is that lights you up. It's not just abundance financial, it's abundance of,
Yeah, and passion.
yeah.
Passion's a huge thing, and passion is it's contagious,
So,
right? If you're talking to someone who is passionate about what they're doing, that gets you going too, and
yes.
and gives people hope.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, then it encourages you to kind of pass it forward. Hey, I just met someone and they're pretty passionate about and they're doing good things. And did you know? And so you're passing it on. Like, yeah. I mean, I love interacting with you. I love sharing your message and kind of passing it forward and challenging you, whoever's listening. And I looked at the map the other day, and we have listeners in Africa, we have listeners
Cool.
in Asia, Norway, Ireland, North America for sure, Australia. So your message is having this ripple effect across the globe, Stephanie, I promise.
Amazing.
And I challenge every listener to sort of consider, what is their value, what's their North Star, and how are they empowering, creating this autonomous team so that we can contribute to a greater good, sustainability of the earth. And so thank you for
And I
being
will
here.
say, as women, we're really good too, I think, about um, reaching out to other women for support. And so, just you mentioned Australia. I was just on a phone call last week with a lady named Kim. Um, love the
Come
name.
on.
Yeah, out of Tasmania. And she was a wealth of knowledge for helping me look at some next steps for my business. Um, and so being able to reach out to that global community of women leaders is great, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's very powerful. So yeah, and
This
then
is it. The
yeah,
things we can learn from each other, right? Like yeah, whether they're in a different continent. Wow,
yeah,
that's
it's
that's pretty cool.
and that was through a connection, through a connection. Like
Let me
it's
introduce
yeah,
you. So
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
So cool. I love that you're always learning. I love that you're always like connecting. Like, as you said, you're a connector, but I love that. Yeah. And what's one thing that maybe you learned from her and maybe one thing that she learned from you? And then there you go. There's that ripple effect. And maybe
Yeah, and
even just
she's
a
actually
reminder,
connected
like,
me. She connected me to someone here in Canada
oh,
who has worked with her on a different project. So it came back to, someone more local that I can pick their brain too.
I mean, let's talk about, I will let you go on your African safari, your great adventures. But in the future, let's talk about 2027 and how Overflow can support like getting your voice out there and your inspiration. But as we end today, like have a safe trip, have a safe journey, an
Thank
adventure of a
you.
lifetime, I'm sure. And thanks
Yeah,
for being here.
and I was going to say, and one last thing is that my book is I'm
Oh, yes.
still chugging along at editing it, but it'll be coming out in September. So
Okay.
that's one way to get the word out there. So that's called a recipe for values-based business. And it'll be on Amazon. And yeah, we'll make sure that
Well, that's when we'll
Kimberly,
have you back at the book launch.
thank you.
Yes.
And of course, you'll be invited to the book launch as well. So
Yay. Is it here in Waterloo Region?
yes, yeah, at
Hey.
the Kitchener Public Library, because that's where books live.
So cool. Yes, congrats on that. Yes. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me again. You have a great day, Kim.